and welcome to episode 7 of the Justice Rounds with Dr. Jimmell. Today is a very special day. It's actually Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s holiday, and I wanted to take a moment because this is Justice Rounds to talk about a civil rights hero who fought for injustice his entire life. So, welcome to the episode. I hope you enjoy it. Go ahead and share, like, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Justice Rounds with Dr. Jimmell. And let me tell you that that's who I am. I'm Dr. Jimmell. And I'm a board certified pediatrician and obesity medicine physician. But I'm also someone who focuses on equitable health outcomes. That's one of my other jobs that I do. And so today we're going to talk about the ongoing legacy, vision, and mission of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The King Center has announced the theme for the 2026 holiday, and it is Mission Possible 2, Building Community, Uniting a Nation the Nonviolent Way. This isn't just a slogan, it's a call to action for families, advocates, and all people who believe in justice. And if you are here listening to this podcast, that means you. Today we'll dispel some myths, defend the importance of family, and demand justice for all. So let's level set with a couple definitions, and this is like straight from the King Center's website. So if you want to find out more information about where I got this information from, it was from the King Center. So you can Google that and hit up that website to find out more information. So they have some terms that they have coined. So we're going to define Kingian, nonviolence, and the beloved community. To understand our journey, let's begin with some clarity. When we talk about Kingian nonviolence, also called Nonviolence 365, we're speaking of Dr. King's philosophy that nonviolence isn't just a response to conflict, it's a way of life. Nonviolence 365 means practicing peace, respect, and justice every day in every setting. It's about facing injustice with courage, not with anger or violence. Now, the beloved community is Dr. King's vision of the world where everyone is cared for, where justice and equality are realities for every person, and where differences are celebrated, not feared. In the beloved community, love and respect guide our actions and policies. This vision isn't utopian. It's entirely achievable when we commit to nonviolent principles. All right, well, let's get to our first segment where we dispel myths. We're going to address some misconceptions today. Let's clear up some common misunderstandings. Too often, Dr. King is remembered as a gentle dreamer, famous for one single speech, the I Have a Dream speech, and a vague call for peace. The truth goes much deeper. Dr. King's commitment to nonviolence was not weakness. It was a powerful, strategic choice. He faced violence, threats, and even jail. Yet, he still believed that love could transform hate. Nonviolence was his weapon, a disciplined, courageous way to demand change and shake the foundation of injustice. Defending families, advocacy for wages, health care, and ending segregation. Dr. King's work was driven by a deep love for families, his own and all families across America. He didn't just talk about dreams, he got specific. He championed fair wages because he knew economic justice was essential for families to thrive. He fought for access to health care, recognizing that dignity starts with well-being. And he stood boldly against segregation, understanding that injustice in education, housing, and public spaces kept families divided and dreams deferred. his push for the Poor People's Campaign, his support for the striking sanitation workers and the Montgomery bus boycott, and so many other initiatives are just a few examples of his relentless defense of everyday people. Defending families doesn't mean exclusion. It means uplifting every family's dignity and safety. Demanding justice, leading nonviolent change. What set Dr. King apart was his ability to turn moral outrage into peaceful action. He led marches, organized boycotts, and inspired millions to join hands in nonviolent protest. In places like Montgomery, Birmingham, and Selma, Dr. King proved that justice could be demanded without violence. His leadership invited people of all backgrounds to the table, and his courage reminded us that the greatest power comes from unity, hope, and the refusal to be silent in the face of wrong. Demanding justice is not about divisiveness. It's about ensuring fairness and opportunity for everyone, everywhere. So now I'm going to talk about the 3 pillars that the King Center is going to focus on for 2026. Building community through local impact. The King Center's first pillar is about making change where you live. Building community means forging connections, supporting your neighbor, and fostering environments where all can thrive. Whether by mentoring youth, volunteering, or advocating for equitable policies, our local actions create ripples that strengthen our nation. The second pillar is uniting a nation via courageous communication. This pillar challenges us to communicate bravely. That means having honest conversations about race, justice, and equality, even when it's uncomfortable. Uniting a nation happens when we listen deeply, speak truthfully, and seek understanding across our differences. Implementing the nonviolent way, Nonviolence 365. Finally, implementing Nonviolence 365 calls us to embody Dr. King's teachings every day. This means resolving conflicts peacefully, advocating for justice, and standing up for those whose voices aren't heard. It's an ongoing commitment to be the change we wish to see at home, at work, and in our communities. Call to action, ways we can make the mission possible. So how do we live out Dr. King's legacy right now? It starts small, by speaking up when we see injustice at work, in our schools, or our communities. Support policies and leaders who fight for fair wages, equal access to health care, and inclusive spaces. Volunteer your time, share resources, and listen to voices that are too often ignored. Teach the next generation that nonviolence is not passive, but a call to act with courage and compassion every single day. So Justice League, here's what we can do together. Take these principles beyond today's holiday. Make nonviolence your daily practice. Build your community, seek courageous dialogue, and demand justice for families everywhere. Dr. King's mission is possible when we each choose to live it. Conclusion. Words to inspire action. As I close today, I want to leave you with my favorite Dr. King quote, a reminder of our responsibility and our power. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. Never again can we afford to live with the narrow provincial outside agitator idea. Anyone who lives inside the United States can never be considered an outsider anywhere within its bounds. Let's honor Dr. King, not just with words, but with our lives. As we honor his legacy, let's each commit to making justice, love, and nonviolence the cornerstone of our lives. Thank you for joining me today on Justice Rounds. Remember to share, like, and subscribe if you are enjoying this content. Until next time, keep building, keep uniting, and keep believing in the possible.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper. If I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country, maybe I could understand some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I could understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they haven't committed themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right. So just as I say we aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around, we aren't going to let any injunction turn us around. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And he's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
This is a CBS News special report. Dan Rather reporting for CBS News from New York. The Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. was shot to death by an assassin late today as he stood on a balcony in Memphis, Tennessee. Dr. King had planned to lead another civil rights march in Memphis